If you drive thick logs into the riverbed and lay wooden planks over them, you can connect the two sides of a city, making travel convenient. However, when the flood season arrives and water levels rise sharply, such a fragile wooden bridge is quickly washed away by the torrent and cannot last long. So you think of replacing the logs with heavy stone blocks, stacking them layer by layer in the river to form piers that support the bridge deck. In this way, the bridge can rely on its own weight to withstand ordinary floods. But the current in the middle of the river is extremely rapid. Although the stone piers are heavy, their large surface area faces the full force of the rushing water, and over time, they are prone to collapse. Then you come up with another idea. Build a sharp triangular point on the upstream side of each pier, like a blade splitting the current. This diverts the water to both sides, protecting the main body of the pier, and finally making the bridge as stable as a rock. However, another problem arises. While people on both sides can now cross freely, merchant ships traveling north and south can no longer pass through. You consider building an arched opening in the middle of the bridge. It seems like a perfect solution, but when large cargo ships arrive, even their mass cannot fit through the small arch. You think of making the arch higher and wider, but that would greatly increase costs. Moreover, with the soft sediment at the riverbed, such a large span arch would lack a stable foundation. Once built, its own weight could crush the base, causing the entire bridge to collapse into the river. So how can you ensure smooth travel between both banks without blocking large ships? This, of course, is no problem for your clever mind. You decide to remove the central section of the bridge and instead use a series of connected boats placed side by side to form a floating bridge. In the morning, the floating bridge is closed, allowing pedestrians and vehicles to cross easily. In the evening, or whenever large ships need to pass, the boats are separated and pulled aside to the riverbanks, opening up a wide navigation channel in the middle. Massive ships can then pass through without obstruction. Congratulations, you have successfully invented the world's earliest opening and closing bridge.